What up, Houston? Bayou City boys
What up?
talking Houston Astros. Um, good, bad, ugly, I guess.
It's good and bad because Altuve starts his rehab assignment today,
Yep.
and I expect him in a week he'll be back.
Yeah, his injury and rehab has been pretty positive. You've seen him out there batting, taking field. Now he's taking the next step with the Space Cowboys, and hopefully he
If
rocks
he goes
some.
on a streak like right away where he's batting like 500 after 3 games and has like 2 or 3 home runs, just bring him up. Fuck it, just bring him straight up. You know what I'm saying? And ride the hot hand. That's what I would do at least.
I mean, at some what Dubon, it wasn't nothing major, luckily.
That's what they
But
say.
yeah,
Anytime you say hamstring to me, that's pretty major.
yeah, it was hamstrings. No matter what sport, it seems to linger and seems to always be a nuisance. He could, we said it on our podcast. He can really use a break. Honestly, he deserves a break. So I don't want to bring Altuve up too fast, but also it's like
I
it's gonna
think
be
that the lineup as a whole needs the jolt, and Altuve would do that for us.
yeah. I mean, he's that guy.
He is that guy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And we could use it, especially while you were playing shitty teams.
oh yeah, because we already played the hard ones. We said it. These are some of them shittier teams that we have to win for sure now.
Like, I'm not trying to be cocky, but this should be an easy series against the White Sox, in my opinion. Like, this is how you make up for it, you know?
And we did bad against them the first week we played them, so I need some wins.
And this is kind of one of the teams I would want JP France and Hunter Brown and those guys to pitch against. So you got to take advantage of it. Like, we can't keep playing down the competition. Like, how do you get up so excited to play the Angels, but
not the Bears?
You lose to the Giants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell, man?
Oh man. I guess the ugly and the bad is, of course, Michael Brantley out indefinitely. Inflammation in his shoulder that he had surgery on. I don't know if he was rushed too fast. If it was just, I don't know what it was. They haven't really said it. Dusty kind of just said he was not going to give a timetable on it, and that was it.
How can you be rushed too fast? Like, you haven't played since like the middle of last year. You know what I'm saying? That's Tommy John land.
Yeah. I don't know. We were talking about it outside of the video. We were talking about the Jeff Bagwell moves, and we know
all three of the moves that he influenced are kind of looking bad at the moment.
Yeah.
Abreu, re-signing Brantley, the Montero contract, which I don't hate the Montero contract. I just wish it wasn't for years. If you'd have did it for 1 year, I'd have been cool with it. Big money, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like it's the first time as an organization we botched an offseason. We could be wrong.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel that way.
It's tough because as a fan's point of view, I mean, we can dissect it. Look at Abreu situation. Yuli's playing really well. Abreu's struggling and not just batting now on the field, and it just looks like he's a shell of himself as of right now. Hopefully something changes. Montero clearly does not look like the best reliever on the team at all. And then you look at Brantley, and he's just injured, hasn't played, doesn't look like he's going to play anytime soon. It looks more like a September time frame, if that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, those are 3 moves by GM Jeff Bagwell that we had, and they're the 3 worst moves of the offseason. Rank them wherever you want.
Did you hear the rumor that they think that Abreu is hiding an injury?
That's interesting.
So, like, it is interesting. It would make a lot of sense, but then I also think that it's an easy ass cop out.
Yeah.
Like, not that because are you just saying this because he's playing bad? If he's hurt, then say it. Tell us what it is.
Yeah.
And let's fix it.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, if you were hurt, I mean, we're already hurt, bro. Like we're injured like a lot. We have a freaking pitcher out for the whole year with Tommy John. Like, if you're injured, just go take the rest you need. I'd rather you be out there fully
Because
100%
Yonder
in
Diaz is
count.
not saying he's great, but he played better than you did at first base.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not saying he's a great, but it's like you offered us nothing behind the plate. The games you did, we won. So you see how that works. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I listened to some dudes who are like really like I guess supposed to be like batting gurus, and they were like watching Abreu swing, and a couple of them were like, I personally think there's something wrong with his hip because like he's not turning his hips, and I was like, I hope that's what it is. But then also it's like if he's hurt, how the hell nobody know? Like, how did nobody know?
yeah.
Or y'all doing like y'all did Bregman in 2019 and making him play with a bad knee, and he just hurt the team.
I mean, it could be like, hey, I need you to tough it out because we have too many injuries. But I mean, at this point, you have a lot of young stock in AA and AAA that you can bring up to replace people. So I don't see why you would do it. Like, go and rest, dude. Like, you're an investment for what I think you signed what, a 3-year deal or something like that.
Yeah, 3 years, 60 million.
Yeah. So it's like I don't want to hinder you for a whole year after this. Also, go if it's your hip, go get that shit fixed or go do whatever the hell you got to do. And there we go. Like we'll
At least
figure
go
it out.
figure it out so we'll know what we got it like.
Yeah.
Or do we need to go get somebody? Because I have a solution to all this, and I'm gonna speak up on behalf of all Astros fans. If he's hurt and Brantley don't come back, that's $32 million down the drain. And that sucks. But all last year we criticized Click because he wouldn't spend Crane's money. All right, Crane, you let Bagwell spend your money and you fucked up. Now you got to fix it with more money.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, make it okay for Dana Brown to go out there and get a bat that can help the infield. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how he could fix it for the fans. It's like, all right, I'm going to spend money and go get a player for the rest of this year or next year. You know what I'm saying? Who that is, I'm not quite sure. But throw money at the situation and it would make us feel better.
And it comes down to, I mean, he's the one that decided Jeff Bagwell was interim GM at the time, and he was going to take his sweet time and do all this and stuff. We look at like the Rockets; they didn't wait on nothing. They were like, "No, we're going to get our guy," and that's. And I get it's different head coach compared to GM, but it was kind of weird that a team that just won the World Series fired their GM and then was like, "We're going to wait." Like,
That's the whole thing. Like, to your point you just made that the Rockets did it. It's like it's kind of known at this point now that Tillman Fertitta wanted Ime. Like, he went to get Ime. He was willing to spend and do whatever he had to get him. How can Crane know that he's gonna disrespect Click with a bullshit 1-year contract and know he's probably gonna walk away and not have a plan? Like, you should have had somebody in mind already.
yeah, you should have been
That's
like,
where we fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, that's organizational malpractice right there.
Yeah. Well, no, bro, we had Jeff Bagwell, bro. Is the
Man, it's just like what you say, not all good players make good coaches. They sure as fuck don't make good GMs either.
no. And all you fans that were, oh, Jeff needs to be 100% GM. No, I bet you're very quiet right now. And I like Jeff Bagwell. He's one of my favorite growing up on the Astros, but not as a GM. I didn't. Just the way he would talk and the way he would say stuff. It's like, dude, you don't even know what you're talking about.
At all.
Like we're talking to Yuli, but you know it's on him now. And then he comes out, he's like, "He offered me nothing." It's like, bro, media spreads fast. Jeff Bagwell.
Yeah, I
I
just
don't.
felt like that was a power play by doing that, not getting a GM and letting
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And that's kind of not what we do. Like, we you could call us cheaters, you could call us whatever the fuck you want, but the Astros as a whole have not been that arrogant. Like,
yeah,
we've had arrogant players, but we were pretty professional in the way that they went about doing shit and the change up. And I think that had a lot to do with Dusty. But I think that was a power play. We came off a World Series and Crane was feeling himself a little bit.
yeah. And you can't do that. We've already said it. Every team's going to give us their all, and we've seen it already. Even no matter if you're limping into the next game, everybody's like, "Oh, the Astros, all right, we're going to give it our all." And that was a mistake. I mean, we had a few mistakes. We have injuries. I mean, the guys that they brought up look to be riding the wave, Corey Jokes and all these guys.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you're gonna have to stop the bleeding, I feel. And I mean, Dana said it. We just really can't trade right now. The asking prices are way too high, and I get it. Trade deadline, a lot of teams are like, all right, we suck. We need to get rid of stuff. Or hey, you want to this guy, we love him, but we're gonna move him on to a contender, and that's when you'll get a cheaper price. Plus, you'll see what you have in your farm system for sure to trade, to
Mm-hmm.
not trade. And I know we've talked about it. McCormick's probably one of the guys on the trade block, if we're being honest.
I think that changes a little bit now, not with not know what Brantley's going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that changes just a little bit because Brantley's a lefty, and you want that. And McCormick bats against left-handed pitchers really good, so he's kind of like helping you where Brantley wasn't. Plus, he might be a better outfielder.
Yeah.
So I mean, it depends on Brantley, but just because I don't know what Brantley's going to do, even when he comes back, I don't know if I'd trade McCormick.
Well, I know they made a change today's game that they're putting Corey Jokes at left field. So it seems like they keep trying to figure out, all right, you're gonna get this spot. I mean, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, Brantley.
Well, the reason that I say that is because, like, peep this. Imagine that we forget the fact that Dubon can play outfield.
Yeah.
What if I told you, okay, Abreu, go figure your shit out, and I'm going to play Dubon at first. We didn't used to have a problem with the Ledman's playing first, so why would we have a problem with Dubon doing it?
Dubon's a great infielder. I mean,
exactly. And then, like, Yonder Diaz played good, so you could switch the two out. That way, like you said, for the time being, I can't make that trade and not pay a premium. But if I can get these two jokers to stretch me out another month or so, 6 weeks, you know what I'm saying? It helps.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're at. We just need stressing. I mean, we talked about it. You said it. These are the perfect games for JP France, Hunter Brown, all these guys, Brandon Belak. Like, these are the games where, okay, I need you to go give me 5 innings and let's just go get it. And I mean, they showed up there for their games. JP France looked amazing until we got into that inning where we just totally sucked.
Thank you, Montero.
Yeah, that was terrible. But I mean, they've played their part. And it's made it a little bit easier on, okay, what are we going to do? And I know I got a lot of criticism from people on our Facebook for saying that it sucked Jose Urquidy was not coming back soon. And people were like, it doesn't matter about him because he's not an ace. And I was like, bro.
It doesn't. So stupid.
We have so many injuries. Like, at this
I'll say this about Abreu. He's not an ace. He's not a 2. He's probably not even number 3. But and that's just on this team. He's probably a number 2 or 3 on a lot of other teams.
Yeah, Urquidy's let's be honest. Like, I mean, we get it. He didn't play in that World Series game, and that's always going to hinder him. But he has his games for sure.
It's not that he has games, but people have to understand about Urquidy is he's not Verlander, or Hunter Brown, and throwing fastballs by people, and he's not Lance McCullers throwing curveballs by people, and he pitches to contact. If he gives 2 or 3 2 home runs up in a game, but the score is only 3, that's not bad if he gives you 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like they want him to give you a perfect 0, and it's like, dude, this is baseball. You're not going to get that every game. Like, you may get it some games. Hey, that's amazing, but if you can't win a 0-3 game, I mean, that means your offense wasn't there because you can score 5 runs. We scored 5 runs in innings before.
Yep. Just think about what the game Urquidy got hurt. He gave up 2 home runs, 2 solo shots, but they were to bullshit batters, and he probably got sloppy. And he had a good game going.
Yeah.
I'll take 2 runs. We said give us 5 innings and 3 runs. He gave us 5 innings and 2 runs.
And we're being realistic. I mean, when it comes down to it, you can get mad at the pitching. Oh, they gave up the home run. What about the batting? You have guys looking at strikes. You have guys just not even swinging. You have guys just watching, hitting the slowest baseballs we've ever seen, looking like a T-ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, oh, it's the pitcher's fault. It's the pitcher's fault. It's like, you can't expect like these guys like to just go out there and, I mean, especially I feel bad for JP France, but
whatever. I feel bad for him too. I feel like, and with all this being said, there's one thing that I thought of the other day, and I was like, this is the blessing in disguise in all of this. And all of this is like, it's not fair, but there's a shit ton of pressure on Hunter Brown right now. And he ain't batted a fucking eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still doing his thing. And I was like, okay, like, he's getting the experience and the innings and the leash and all the things he needs to become a really good professional pitcher. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you could legitimately say he's going to do enough this year that we go into next season saying Hunter Brown's our legit third starter.
No, I can see that. Yeah. Man. He kind of reminds me of, like, he's in that Jeremy Pena slot. Like, I need you to kind of step up, but I don't want to put you, like, on too much, like, you know, pressure.
Yeah. But I need you, bro. Like,
yeah, I need you now, bro. Oh, man. Well, Astro fans, let us know if you're worried, if you're not worried, if you're sweating, if you're not sweating.
On the other hand, just before we go, we fucked Ohtani up, son. We rang him up. When Maldi hit that home run off it, I was like, fuck yeah, bro. Leave that sweeper across that plate again.
Yeah. No, I was thinking that too when we beat him. I was like, hell yeah. Oh man.
I text you during Jordan's first at bat. I was like, that bat was fun to watch because Ohtani got up on the count and then Jordan took some pitches and then Jordan fouled some pitches off. And about the 8th pitch, Ohtani was like, what the fuck, man? Like, people usually go away by now. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Jordan got a walk, but I was like, he won that battle.
Yeah. Well, we got some positives.
Yeah, we won a series. Keep it rolling.
Well, Astro fans, make sure you like, subscribe to the network. Like City Boys got you covered on all Houston stuff right here on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, everything. We got you, man. Being said, we out, Houston. Later.
Peace.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.